Welcome to episode 10 of the Unemployed Journeyman in the J1 League with FC Tokyo. And in today's episode, our pursuit of the domestic treble could be over. We've got Kyoto in the All Japan Cup quarterfinals and they're third in the league and it's away from home. So yeah, this could be a tough one. Welcome to the video, folks. Let's get into it and let's have a look at what we've been doing since you were last with us yesterday. And in yesterday's episode, we had two wins, two good wins as well, 5-1 and 4-1 win against Kashima and Shonan, respectively. The Kashima one put us through to the quarterfinals of the League Cup, and the Shonan one, really good that we scored 4 goals against a team that's only conceded 11 goals up until that point in the league all season. After that, we've been on a bit of a poor run in the league, I'm not going to lie. We've gone three league games without a win. First one was against Hiroshima with a 3-3 draw. If we have a look at that one, you'll see on here that we weren't the better team by any stretch of the imagination. They had more shots on target than us. They had slightly better XG, slightly more possession and better passes completion. They probably just about edged the match, but I'd say a draw was fair. But what was frustrating about it was the fact we went 2-0 up. JJ Silva and Sota Sato getting the goals for us. But then Rui Perez own goal. I'm going to call him Robert Perez then, but Rui Perez own goal. And then this guy here made it 2-2. Then we went 3-2 up through Krastev in the 57th minute. And then a late 90th minute equaliser from Puskas made it 3-3. It was so frustrating conceding that late goal. Then we took on Nagata in the league. This one was actually at home. And pretty similar to the last one where the other team was slightly the better side. We were slightly the better side in this game. I mean, XG-wise, we were massively better. But they had slightly more possession. I mean, it's pretty much 50-50. And yeah, they took the lead early doors through Kato. Krastev then had a goal disallowed in the 38th minute. I'm getting so fed up with VAR disallowing goals as well. Kobayashi then, in the 77th minute, equalising with a Krastev assist to make it 1-1. And that's how that game finished. Then after that, we had what would potentially be over a month without a league game. That was on the 26th of June. Our next league game wasn't scheduled until the 31st of July. But on the 14th of July, we had the All Japan Cup third rounds against Akita. So after this game, we then had like 2.5 weeks without a game. We then played Akita. And if we didn't win that game, we'd have then had another 2 weeks before the league game. It's a very broken up part of the season, this is. And I don't really know why. I know they go on a mid-season break here. But the players don't go anywhere. They're still at the club. They're still training and whatever else. And then, like I say, you've got the All Japan Cup, 2 games of that in the middle of it all, or at the end of it all. So we then, like I say, we had Akita, won that 2-0, put out a very much rotated team for this game. As you see, we Terracado in goal, Akamoto, Nakano out wide, Barada, Sato in the middle of defence, Yamamoto and Anui, Kazuki and Murayama out wide, and then Saito in behind Yamamura. And it went pretty well. Again, another disallowed goal. Anui on the 54th minute made it 2-0. Kazuki made it, I don't know why I've done it 2-0 and then 1-0, but Kazuki 1-0 and then Anui 2-0. It was a comfortable enough game. It was, I mean, 72% possession, look at that. They are a J3 league team. What do you expect? Then we got drawn against Yamaguchi in the All Japan Cup 4th round. Played that one, won that 4-1. And Krastev with a goal. It was very close until Krastev scored that goal 2 minutes into stoppage time at the end of the first half. And Perez then with a penalty, Sato scoring and Kobayashi scoring as well. Our XG was massively better than theirs. Some of that will be because of the penalty. But they had more shots on target, but we had more shots on goal. We also dominated possession and much better pass completion rate. And yeah, back to full strength with this team here. A comfortable 4-1 win through to the quarterfinals, which is what we're going to be playing today. Then after that, we played Fukuoka in the league, away from home. And more frustrating, another disallowed goal. Then Kobayashi put us 1-0 up. Then they made it 1-1. Then an own goal made it 2-1 to us. And then the 85th minute, another late goal, they got back to 2-2. The fact that we led twice in this game, still didn't win it, when we really need a win at this point. You know, this is now 3 games. We've picked up 3 points out of a possible 9. And those behind us are starting to sniff that we might be bottling it a little bit. So, yeah, in terms of the match, it probably warranted a draw. It probably was an even game. Then we just played Shimizu in the league, a 2-0 win in this game. Thankfully, we finally won a league game. Jaja Silva, as usual, if he turns up, we usually turn up. Scored the first goal, assisted the second goal. Morimoto with an assist for the first one. Kobayashi scoring the second. I've kind of come to the conclusion he is my preferred striker, Kobayashi. There's not much in it. I do keep alternating between him and Yamamura. But yeah, I've kind of come to the conclusion he's the man for me at the moment. Morimoto is just a machine on that right-hand side. I love that boy to bits. And that brings us to today's two games where we play Urawa Reds. I'm so glad when they offered me an interview that they didn't give me the job, because trying to say their name, you're probably thinking it's very simple, but I find it quite a tongue twister to say Urawa Reds. It's just, it doesn't roll off the tongue. And then, so we've got them in the J League away from home. They are 10th in the league. What's even more surprisingly though, and I don't really usually look at past meetings because they don't really mean much to me, but I had a look at these past meetings and we beat them in the J1 League long before I got here. The first time we met on here. But look at this run since. This is what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games without beating them. Bear in mind how poor they were last season as well. It's quite the run that we need to end today, quite honestly, because we need to get a bit of a winning run going in the league. Because if I have to pick between the league and any of the cups, I want the league. Let's be clear about that. Kyoto are third in the league. We're playing them in the cup here. We do play them in the league down here. What the plan is after that is Tokyo Verdy I will play offline. And then in tomorrow's episode, we'll do the double header against Tokyo Verdy in the League Cup quarter-final. The only way that might not be a double header is if we win this game here, is the semi-final going to be here? I don't think it will. I think it'll be around here somewhere. But that's the plan at the moment, to do these two games today and then the double header against Tokyo Verdy in the League Cup quarter-final in tomorrow's episode. And then Thursdays will be somewhere around here, maybe even the semi-final of that if we're through, or semi-final of this, whatever it is, and then we'll end with the last two league games of the season. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but we also have transfer news. Let's go over here and have a look, because we've brought in two new players. One for 3.6 million, Yuji Barada. He's joined us. Where did he come from? From FC Mashida. I'm not sure if you knew about this in the previous episode or not, so I'm just going to go through it now. He has played a couple of games for us. Not done anything great, but he's been fine. And yeah, because he can play left back or centre back. I think I did tell you about him. So yeah, 19 years old. He's come in. We've also brought in Jamie Andre. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential striker. Can play left and right as well. I'm kind of looking at him, I've got to be honest, as a Jaja Silva potential replacement. He's in our reserves at the moment. Rui Perez can obviously be his friend, his father figure, so to speak. I mean, there's only 11 years between them, but, you know, he can look up to Rui as a professional. He's got great determination and he's pretty good at finishing and dribbling as well. So I'm kind of thinking he would make an ideal inside forward on the left-hand side where Jaja Silva currently plays. But we'll see how it goes. We're probably not going to use him this season, but in on a free transfer, can't argue with that. We don't have any outs to tell you about, but what we do have is a future in, and that is Sota Kawasaki joins on the 17th of January. Sorry, free transfer, 3.5-star ball-winning central midfielder. I'm looking forward to him being here. That's basically Lazuka's position, and I just think in terms of building their squad to be a better squad than what it is at the moment, that is a fantastic bit of competition for Lazuka. He's already better than Lazuka. I mean, he is 26 years old, so you'd expect him to be. Lazuka's getting better, obviously, all the time he's playing. But yeah, that just provides really great competition, and he's got excellent natural fitness as well. In terms of facilities, we have more of an update on that as well, because our junior coaching previously was above average academy coaching. We asked for it to be improved. They agreed. So basically by improving, it's just increasing the budget in there. So it's now a good academy coaching. So in terms of our youngsters, we have good academy coaching, excellent youth recruitment and great youth facilities. So my next step will be to try and get that improved again, and also get our youth facilities up to excellent or superb or whatever comes after great. We'll also look at getting the training facilities done as well. They're superb at the moment, but they can always be better, let's be honest. So yeah, all of that is looking good. In terms of our youth intake, it's meant to be an excellent intake with two very handy prospects as wingers. I'll be honest, we don't really need wingers. We're inundated with young, talented wingers. We do have a potential goalkeeper coming through as well, but it's only got a C, sorry, and the rest of it is not looking great. But we'll see what happens when it comes through. Hopefully it's as good as what they say it is. Right, I think that is all I need to show you. What I will show you actually is the J1 League table. And we are top. We are 11 points clear of Kyoto, who are actually second, not third. Mashida, who actually do have a positive goal difference now. They're 12 points behind us, but they do have a game in hand. So if they win that game in hand, it would only be 9 points that we're ahead of them. And then we're 13 points ahead of Yokohama and whatever for the rest of them. In terms of update on Fukushima, they have finally won a game in the league. They beat Sapporo. So that was a 1-0 win for them at home. So at least the Fukushima faithful have seen a home win in the J1 League this season. They're on 9 points. They're 18 points away from getting out of the promotion, out of the relegation slot. They are going down, let's be honest. But I'm sure they've had a great time in the J1 League this season, even though they've been battered most of the time. Tokyo Verdy look like they're going down with them as well. So, yeah, it's all good as far as we are concerned. Right, let's get on to the first of today's games. And this is the league game against Urawa Reds. I am going to just call them the Reds for the sake of this game. Sato's injured, we need to take him out. And we're going to put Kazuki in, actually. Yeah, I was going to put Yamamura up there, but no, we'll go with Kazuki. And that will do for there. We have had offers for Genki Agawa, by the way, to go out on loan. I've rejected them. He is out of contract at the end of this season. But I might see if I can try and get him to stay along again. I don't know. It depends because he is taking up squad space at the end of the day. But here's a team that we go out against the Reds today. Nozawa in goal, Yamahara left back, Morimoto right back, Barada and Yamazaki in the centre of midfield, centre of defence, Rui Perez and Yamamoto in the centre of midfield because Lazuka and Jaja Silva are both suspended for this game. I think they're only suspended for one game. Yeah, Jaja Silva 1 game and Lazuka's got 2 games out. So they'll be there for the next 2 league games anyway. Massa is out, Masa Watai out on the left, Kazuki on the right, Krastev in behind Kobayashi. Let's get into it. We are missing 2 important players, actually. It is worth mentioning that Jaja Silva and Lazuka are 2 very important players to us. And it'd be interesting to see how much we miss them. That's their run of form at the moment. Not looking particularly great, is it? 2 defeats and 3 draws without a win in their last 5. Ours is looking a bit patchy with the 2 draws in there. But at least we are unbeaten in our last 5. Right, I wish this would go back to normal. Whenever you have a cup game, that changes to match that for some reason. And I'd rather it was just blank, you know, and then when you play your next league game, it goes back to being the league table again. But yeah, Urawa Reds, they're having a better season than what they had last season, to be fair. They were struggling against relegation last season, but still not doing as good as what they would hope to be doing, I'm sure. Whereas with us, we're obviously having last season we were in the relegation zone when I got here. The fact that we're now challenging potentially favourites, saying that under my breath, but potentially favourites to actually win the league. And like I said in yesterday's episode, if we don't win the league from the position we're in, I can only blame myself. You know, it would mean we're bottling it. I don't believe we will bottle it. I think we're made of stronger stuff than that. But one way of being able to convince me of that would be to get a win here away from home against the Reds. And here's Massa on the left-hand side. It's the first time he's played on the left for us, actually. He's played in the middle mostly, quite a bit of the time out wide on the right. But we've never played him on the left. The cross comes in from the Reds. Misses everybody. They pick it up on the left-hand side, put the ball back in the box again, and it's 1-0. Tadaguchi with the goal for the Reds, and I'm getting concerned we are bottling this. I really am getting concerned because a win for Kyoto and Mashida as well, and they are starting to get uncomfortably close. I mean, we are quite lucky that towards the end of the season we do have a fairly comfortable run of games, but we have got some tricky ones coming up as well. And losing this is a game we should be winning, but we just, since the last episode, we just seem to have lost our way, and I don't know why. He's having a nightmare. Let's bring Yamamura in after all. Or actually, no, we're going to bring Murayama on. Swap them two over, so they're in more natural positions. Massa is having a nightmare out there, so I think we'll bring him in. We're making 3 changes in one go. I very rarely do more than 2 at once. In the cup game, the one we won 4-1, when we went 4-0 up, I just made all 5 changes in one go. But I mean, that's a different situation. We were 4-0 up at the time against J2 opposition. Right. We've been poor in this game. Well, I can't recall us having a single highlight, I've got to be honest. And the highlight at the moment is with the Reds. There's no interception from us on that. If anything, it's going to be 2-0. Again, we do attack. This seems to be a regular thing as well, that we'll put in a tackle, but the ball just goes straight back to one of their players. If we could actually put in a tackle and it come back to one of our players, that would be amazing. Right. We bring Anui in for Yamamoto. Kikuchi can come in down. He can actually come in for Morimoto because he's not having a particularly good game. Swap them around. Oh, we have looked very blunt today. I mean, we've had 2 shots on target, only 4 shots at goal in total. Every highlight is for them. I don't think we've had a single highlight in this game. See, we thought we won the ball back, but all we've done was just pass it to his player. Oh, they've hit the crossbar. Kikuchi then clears it, but the highlight finishes. Oh, this has not been good. I'm really worried about a game against Kyoto next, because defeat here, it's only a 3rd defeat of the season. Point the finger, I don't like what I just saw from this team. You look as disheartened as you like, play better. Moron. Right. Machida are currently 9 points behind us with a game in hand. They win that game in hand, that's down to 6 points. Kyoto are 11 points behind us, do have a game in hand, win that. They're going to be, what, 8 points behind us? It's getting a bit more comfortable than a bit closer than what I'd be comfortable with, I've got to be honest. And that is not, for some reason, we cannot beat the Reds, and I have no idea why. I'm really concerned about our run of form though, and we now go into the game against Kyoto. I don't put us as favourites. Right, here we go then, the game against Kyoto in the All Japan Cup quarter-final. We've got some players returning as well. We've got Jaja Silva back, we've got Saito back, we've got Lizuka back in, so we're looking a bit more like our old selves. So we've got Nozawa in goal, Yamahara left back, Morimoto right back, Barada and Yamazaki in the centre of defence, Rui Perez and Lizuka back together again in the centre of midfield, Jaja Silva and Saito out wide with Krastev in behind Kobayashi. Barada is suspended for our next league game after picking up what was his 4th yellow card of the season, and he's 1 yellow card away from suspension in the All Japan Cup as well. Lizuka, who's just come back from being suspended in the league, he's also 1 yellow card away from being suspended. In terms of 1 yellow cards being away from suspended in this competition, Capellini is also part of that, as is Yamamura and Yamamoto. So we need to stop being so reckless in our challenges, I would suggest. Right, let's get into this game. I am very nervous about this because I'm telling myself we can't look as bad 2 games in a row as what we did in the last game. But Kyoto are good. Kyoto are good. And yeah, unbeaten at least in their last 5, 3 wins in their last 5. This could be the end of our treble. You know, I've been looking forward to doing a treble and winning trophies because that's what we need to be doing for the sake of our career as much as anything else. And Krastev has put us 1-0 up. Straight away I look at the referee to see if he's got his finger in his ear, which he hasn't. 7th minute of the game, and Krastev has put us 1-0 up with a JJ Silva assist. That is a great start to the game. Can we now push on from here and continue looking good in a game? Because I would very much like it if we could. We've also just had the transfer window has slammed shut, as they like to say. It's closed, basically. And I hate transfer windows with Tokyo in the J1 League because they go on forever. They really do. And we get so many offers for our players, and they're all rubbish offers as well. No one's willing to match valuations. And most of the offers are for our young players. Although we have had offers for Yamamura and Sato come in, which I've rejected the offers, and luckily they've not so far kicked off about it. But, oh, I thought that had gone in. Oh, I thought that had gone in. I think it was offside anyway. But yeah, we've had offers for a player that in full the offer's been worth like £550,000, but they're only offering us £57,000 up front. And it's like, no, I'm not interested. So I reject it. 2 hours later on deadline day, they come back with, instead of it, sorry, the first one was for £55,000. The second one was for £57,000 with an eventual valuation of, oh, and it's a goal. Great start to the second half as well as the first half. Kobayashi pouncing on a mistake. We're 2-0 up against Kyoto. We have a corner now. I should really concentrate on the game, I suppose. But yeah, it's just been a frustrating transfer window. But on the plus side, we have brought a couple of players in. Here's Krastev. That's 3-0. Kobayashi gets the assist. Krastev gets his second goal of the game. And being 3-0 up, can I now start to think that we're through to the semi-finals of the All Japan Cup? What a performance this has been, and what a difference it's been compared to the previous game against the Reds. Here's Morimoto now. Oh, he's lost the ball. I spoke too soon, didn't I? Why did I say anything? Why didn't I just keep my big mouth shut? Oh, they've hit the crossbar. I'll tell you what, the frame of our goal leads a charmed life in a lot of games, doesn't it? Well, I haven't actually made any substitutions. I'm in the 75th minute. So Sato can come off for Kazuki. Who else am I looking at? So Kikuchi can come on for Morimoto, and I'll just switch them two around. And I think we bring on Lizuka can come off before he gets a yellow card, and Anui can come on for him. That's 3 changes. We'll leave it another 10 minutes and then potentially do another couple of changes. Might just leave it and not do any more, but here's Kikuchi, gives it to Jaja Silva. Can he get a ball into the box? No, it's back to Kikuchi. That's not going to be a penalty. Okay, fair enough. Kikuchi's steaming to get back into position. He has finally got there, to be fair to him. They cross the ball in, and it's 3-1. And straight away, I look at the clock. How long's left? 12 minutes plus, or 11 minutes plus stoppage time. Oh no, there's another highlight. Do not do this to me, Football Manager. I'm begging you. Please do not do this to me. If we make it 4-1, I don't mind the highlight. But I don't want this being 3-2 and they get 2 goals in a minute. Here's Yamazaki to Anui. Rui Perez. Just don't make any stupid passes. Don't just go giving the ball away. I'm begging you. Oh, they have done. Oh, here we go. Oh, we won the ball back. No, they've got it back. It's like ping pong, isn't it? Right. 3-2. Oh, I don't believe this. 2 goals in a minute from the same player. I thought we had the game in the bag at 3-0. I thought even we can't throw away a 3-0 lead. It looks like we're going to, though. Right, Rui, he's giving it away, for Christ's sake. Oh, what a tackle from Yamazaki. Can we counter? Here's Kazuki. Finds Jaja Silva. Kikuchi. Rui Perez. Jaja Silva almost gave it away. Here's Anui. I mean, can we just end this highlight, please? My blood pressure's going through the roof here. Yamahara to Kazuki. Oh, and it's 4-2. Thank heavens for that. Kobayashi has scored and it's 4-2 to Tokyo. Right. Balanced mentality, please, boys. For the final 5 minutes, just don't concede another goal. We were looking so comfortable here. And then 2 goals in a minute. they have a corner. I mean, they're running out of time, surely. They made it 4-3, but surely they've run out of time. They've only got like a minute and a half left. I mean, they've done 2 goals in a minute earlier. Oh, that's full time. We've hung on. I mean, whatever their manager said to them at half time, we won the first half 3-0. They won the second half 3-1. Luckily, that means we win 4-3 overall. I'm saying what a performance. I mean, it weren't that great, let's be honest. But 2 goals from Krastev, 2 goals from Kobayashi. We are through to the semi-final of the All Japan Cup. Maybe we're not bottling this after all. We play Nagata in the semi-final. It's on they're 7th in the league. Where does that fall into our schedule? Schedule. Let me know in the comments how you say it. So that falls down here. So the next episode is going to be the double header against Tokyo in the League Cup quarter-final. Then we'll play Sapporo and Kyoto off camera. And we'll come back for Nagata and Mashida as the next episode. And so that will be Thursday's episode. What I'm then looking at is Yokohama and Co being Fridays. But we could have a League Cup semi-final to play in there as well. So who knows? But tomorrow is going to be Tokyo double header. FC Tokyo versus Tokyo Verde in the League Cup quarter-final. Both legs of it. You'll see it all here. Please join me for it. I'm sure it's going to be a great episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. All that sort of good, amazing stuff. And yeah, with Mashida winning their game in hand, we're 9 points clear with 9 games to go.